Hi, I'm Meteorologist Chris Tomer. Let's talk mountain weather and ski conditions. This is the On the Snow report, the snow before you go forecast. And I want to start out with just kind of taking stock of where we are right now. Take a look at the graph I put together. So what you see at the top, I'm probably covering Whistler, but Whistler Blackcomb is at 261 inches so far for the season. They've picked up 5 feet of snow in the month of January alone. That atmospheric river pattern we had like a week or week and a half, 2 weeks ago really helped that entire Pacific Northwest area. And then you've got Jackson Hole, which is just below that. And of course, Wolf Creek in Colorado is doing exceptionally well in what has been a very dry winter across most of Colorado. Winter Park's up there, ALTA, and you've got some other great spots, Marmot Basin. I decided to put that on the list. I've got Killington up in the northeast. Actually, that's not bad. You're right in the middle of the list, even considering a lot of western resorts. There's Vail, Telluride, very low. These areas all need a lot of snowfall. But what I think is going to happen here is that ALTA and, let's see, Wolf Creek are going to be moving way up this list in the next 5 to 7 days. Jackson Hole will also get a little bit, but I do think those two ski areas in particular are going to be moving pretty quickly up the list, and I'll talk about why here in a second. Here's the overall pattern over the next 5 to 7 days, and I will look all the way into Monday and even Monday night of next week, because this is an important pattern. There are 2 large areas of low pressure that will swing in across the west and really dig far to the south and establish a new pattern across the west. That's the place to be over the next 5 to 7 days, with 2 different storms that will be rolling through California and then into the interior. And I do think between Friday and Sunday we've got some nice snow for the Wasatch, parts of the Colorado Rockies, and even clipping parts of the Tetons. Now in the northeast, there is a dip in the jet stream, but what's going to happen is it's going to be a fast northwest flow. It will stay cold in the northeast all the way through the weekend, and there are a couple of different Alberta Clippers, I think, that are lined up to kind of just blow through that area. There's also going to be a fair amount of lake effect snow as well over the next 5 to 6 days as that pattern and that fast flow continues into the Pacific Northwest. So the overall pattern is going to look like this across into the weekend and over the next 5 to 7 days. And this is the big change. And the pressure pattern will look like this, with falling pressures across most of the west and the Intermountain West. And that is in response to the jet. You've got support coming in with 2 different low pressures that will ride that pattern into the west and keep the snow going with those 2 different areas of low pressure. And I think we're going to see some big totals in a couple of spots, and I'll show you those. So a look at the jet stream. This is the pattern as of today. As we move into the future, watch what sets up. Big dip in the jet stream with those 2 low pressures sliding in, taking advantage of that dip. And by the time we get into Saturday on the clock, it is just absolutely nailing parts of southwest Colorado and also into parts of the Wasatch, and just clipping the Tetons as well. Taos will be in on the mix. And by the time we get into Monday of next week on the clock, it's still there. Another low pressure's lined up. Look at that big dip in the jet stream. I mean, this is a sizable change from where we're at right now. Looking at the future radar, I'll take you into the future, show you where the snow is going to be by Thursday afternoon. We're talking about some snow sliding into the Tetons and parts of Idaho. And then it's basically just in response to this low that's gathering strength and sliding down with some wind into California. The Sierra, Tahoe, Mammoth will get some snow out of this. But ultimately, this low is going to track like that. And that is going to, along with the jet, help to spread orographic snows into Utah, eventually into Colorado, and into parts of the Tetons. Let me take you into Saturday and look at where the snow is. It's nailing southwest Colorado, and I think with that type of flow, you're going to get good snow in Crested Butte, Silverton, over the top of the San Juans, and certainly over the top of Wolf Creek, and probably into Taos. And this could be a very good pattern for the Wasatch, including Little and Big Cottonwood, all the way up into Park City, and maybe even Snow Basin. And that, again, like I've been saying, it's probably going to clip the Tetons as well. So by Sunday, the rest of the storm is winding down, and the whole thing will be moving out of Colorado, and we have to refocus on the next storm system moving in. So by the time we get into Monday, it's snowing pretty good over the Sierra, and here comes the next ball game. already moving into parts of the Four Corners and the Intermountain West. Snowfall accumulation will do this in stages. So by Thursday afternoon, we just see some lighter snows up there in the northern tier of the Rockies. And by Friday afternoon, the low is starting to gather steam and track out. And this is when the orographics start to kick in. So by Friday into Saturday, I mean, we're looking at easily a foot up there as it appears right now into the Wasatch. And the numbers over southern and southwest Colorado, including Crested Butte and even Telluride for that matter, Purgatory down into Silverton and Wolf Creek will really start to tick up all the way through Sunday. Look at the numbers. We're pushing 2 feet down there over Wolf Creek. Look at Crested Butte. This appears to be in line for some pretty good snow, and the numbers just keep going up. In the Wasatch, Jackson Hole, got a little bit of snow there, a little bit of snow over the Sierra. But I think it's with the second storm that the numbers go up more, and this is by Monday. In the Sierra, the numbers have really gone up there, and we're still adding snow a little bit with this next storm that will come in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's going to push all those totals up through parts of Utah and also into Colorado. I want to show you this. It's possible those numbers through the Wasatch are too conservative that I'm showing. I think it's entirely possible on the snow plume for ALTA between late Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday that we could be pushing 20 or more inches up there at ALTA and Snowbird. And with that second storm coming in right here, we could be talking a lot of additional accumulation with that second storm. Up into the northeast, I think that it's, again, mainly kind of a cold flow out of the northwest. There will be some lake effect closer to the lakes, but at a lot of the big ski areas, Mad River, Sugar Bush, Okemo, Killington, up into Mount Washington, Sunday River. I mean, we're not talking about big snow here, but with the 2 clippers rolling through by Sunday night, I think you'll have some light snows through that period. So it'll keep it feeling wintry, kind of a 2 to 6 inch number during that period all the way through the weekend. So enjoy the skiing. Always appreciate you tuning in here for the On the Snow report. Have a good one.